Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into two very different AI tools for your business, Amazon Q and RaiaAI. Think of it like this. One gives your team superpowers inside a world they already live in, and the other is like hiring a team of specialized robots to build entirely new things for you. Choosing between them? That's a huge strategic decision, so let's break it all down. Okay, so let's get right into it, because the choice you make here really is going to shape how your entire company uses AI from here on out. The big question you have to ask yourself is, are we looking for a tool that just slots neatly into our existing setup, or do we need something that builds totally new capabilities from the ground up? And that brings us right to our two contenders. In one corner, you've got RaiaAI, which is all about building specialized, custom AI agents. And in the other, there's Amazon Q, a super powerful assistant that's designed to live and work exclusively inside the Amazon Web Services world. You gotta understand, they're built for fundamentally different jobs. To really get what makes them tick, we can't just look at a feature list. We've got to dig deeper and look at their core philosophies. What were they actually built to do? So first up, you have the custom platform approach. The best way to think about this is like hiring and training specialized employees. You are literally creating tailored AI teammates for very specific jobs, like automating your sales pipeline or handling tricky customer support questions. And the key here is that they can work with any system you already have in place. Then you have the other side of the coin, the integrated assistant. Now, this isn't about building new teammates from scratch. It's all about giving your current team superpowers. But, and this is a big but, it's designed to work its magic exclusively inside the AWS world, making your developers more productive and your analysts faster, but only within that specific playground. Okay, so enough with the philosophy, right? Let's get down to brass tacks and see how this all plays out in the real world. How do these different ideas actually translate into day-to-day capabilities? So the analysis we're looking at today points out 10, count them, 10 key areas where these two are just worlds apart, right out of the box. And this is especially true when you need an AI that can actually chat with your customers or automate some really complex workflows. All right, first up, customer-facing tools. An assistant like Amazon Q, well, it's designed to live inside the tools your team is already using. Think Slack or the AWS console. It's just not built to be a branded, public-facing live chat on your website. And that all-important, let me get a human for you button, yeah, that's not really in its DNA. Now this is where it gets really interesting, how these AIs actually learn. The assistant model, it generally doesn't have a persistent memory. It won't remember a conversation you had with it last week. Plus, there's no easy way for a manager to monitor a chat live or for a user to just say, hey, that answer was wrong, which, as you know, is absolutely crucial for how these systems improve over time. And when it comes to control and customization, wow, the differences are just stark. An integrated assistant basically gives you predefined agents. You can't just build your own from scratch. You can't set one to automatically trigger when a new email lands in your inbox. And trying to get super granular on managing the costs for every little task, it can be a real headache. So here's the bottom line, all in one neat little table. The platform approach is built from the ground up to handle these kinds of customer-facing, highly custom tasks. For the assistant model, these features just aren't a priority because, well, it was designed for a completely different job. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the thing on everyone's mind, money. It's actually fascinating how these different philosophies translate into very different ways of looking at cost. It's pretty straightforward, really. RaiaAI uses a flat platform fee. You can think of it like a site license. You pay one price and you can have unlimited users. Amazon Q, on the other hand, uses that classic per-user subscription model, where your cost scales directly with the size of your team. And this chart just illustrates the tipping point so perfectly. For a small team, sure, the per-user model is clearly cheaper. But look what happens when you get up to a 50-person team. Suddenly, the annual costs become remarkably similar. And at that scale, the decision completely stops being about the price and starts being entirely about features and which model actually fits your goals. So with all of that in mind, how do you actually decide which one of these tools to hire for your company's specific job? Which one is the right fit for you? It really comes down to a simple two-step framework. First, you have to be brutally honest about your primary goal. Are you trying to automate entire business functions, or are you just trying to boost productivity inside the tech world you've already built? Once you have that answer, you can match the right tool to the job. According to the analysis, you should probably lean towards a platform like RaiaAI if your goal is comprehensive automation across sales, support, and operations, the whole shebang. It's the right move when you need a predictable cost model that doesn't penalize you for growing, or when you need highly specialized workflows for industries like finance that have to work with any tech stack you throw at them. On the other hand, an assistant like Amazon Q is the clear choice if your world is already built on Amazon Web Services. If your main goal is boosting developer productivity, speeding up coding, or getting business insights from data that's already living and breathing inside that AWS ecosystem, this is the tool that was designed for that exact job. So in the end, it's not about which AI is better. It's really about strategic alignment. And that brings us to the one crucial question you need to ask. Are we looking for a specialized platform to build something brand new? Or are we looking for a powerful assistant to enhance the world we've already built? Your answer will tell you exactly which path to take.